I'll figure this out, I swear. There she is. Got it. Now it's working.
Hello, hello.
It's working. Yay.
Yay. How's it going?
It is going. I have internet. I have electricity. It's pretty windy, but we should be good.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, hi.
I'm Serene. Welcome. I'm the noobiest noob.
Well, we're going to tie like the easiest fly, so.
I love to hear that. I thought the San Juan worm was easiest, but
yeah,
we'll go with something.
Yeah, that is pretty easy. Cool.
Hi, Hill. Cool. How are ya?
Michael. All right. I am just getting things ready. Golden Retriever. That's what's happening.
It's perfect. Dogs are my favorite, so it works out that way.
It's not just a woolly bugger. Way better. It looks just like a woolly bugger, but for some reason, it just works way better than your typical colors.
Good.
Okay. All right. So, do you have your bobbin threaded? Right.
I did. I already, I made sure to suck this in the privacy of my own home.
Yeah, that's good.
I can't,
What? You didn't wait for camera?
Yeah. I didn't think the world needed to see that. I also don't do it typically often, so we'll keep it that way.
Oh, God. You're killing me. Okay. All right. So I have this giant spool of red thread because my other red thread kept snapping. So I have this giant thing of sewing thread. See, when you're in a pinch, you can go through your sewing bin.
If you sew, that's
if you sew, but it's huge. It's ridiculously huge, but it'll work.
Okay.
And so, materials. Streamer hook, size 8 or 10. I have size 8.
I'm also doing 8.
Good. Size 8, 3X.
Mine's not as flat as yours. Is that a big deal?
Let me see. Oh, yours does have a bit of a curve. It'll work.
Okay. Let me see. I can dig through the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, totally will work.
Okay.
So you got your hook and let's see, a bead. You have beads, right?
Yeah, I got gold beads.
A gold tungsten bead. Awesome. And let's see, and the marabou. Well, we'll get the wire too. It's 0.020, so it's like a basic size.
Okay.
You don't have to put it on a bobbin. I did mine's on a bobbin, but typically it doesn't need to be on a bobbin. I just keep it that way.
Okay.
But go marabou. What color are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with Sculptin Tan.
Perfect. All right. And the lovely tinsel stuff called estaz.
Yeah, I learned that word today.
Estaz. Okay. So there's like tan, there's root beer. So this fly can be tied in, it's tied in tan, peach, root beer, white, and pink. So what makes it special is it's the red underbody that makes it kind of stand out from other woolly buggers. Yeah. Let's see. So you got everything good to go. Okay. So, and we'll talk a little bit about the fly and stuff as we're tying.
Do I want my vise? How do I want this set up?
Okay. Well, you have a different vise than mine. Yours is probably a lot nicer. What vise are you using?
My friend Alex let me borrow his vise, so it's white and gold.
Nice.
That's all I know.
It's beautiful. Okay. So, does yours have the mouthpiece here? Yep. There you go. So you'll just take your hook. So what we're going to do is we're going to pinch the barb, which is, the little, the little prong,
their little barb.
Yeah, that little thing. I'll stick it, I'll open the mouth. You can use, like if you're out on the stream or whatever,
I normally just use my forceps, but this is
Yeah, you can use those, but like before I try to do it before I tie, so I just like pinch it in there.
okay.
All right, and we're gonna want to put our bead on.
Okay. Just 1, 2, 5.
Just one. So here's a trick.
Okay.
Here's a trick for your bead. So you pinched your barb, so that little picky part is gone, right?
Okay.
Flattened out a little bit.
Yeah.
Why don't you just if you have I tie flies with a lot of veterans, and some of the veterans have mobility issues with their hands and things like that. So it's hard for them to get the bead on, right?
Okay.
So I will have them put the hook like that, okay? And you will take the small, there's two sides of the bead, larger hole and the smaller hole. And you'll push.
Are you sure? Okay. Got it. I'm new.
So
here.
with the smaller hole, just put it on.
Put on the smaller hole first?
Yeah.
So the big hole will be by the
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So that's just like a little bit easier way other than like fumbling with it. Sometimes it's a little difficult. So it's on, right? You can take it off. And now you're going to put your hook in your vise. Right, like that. So the body of your hook will be parallel to your work surface.
Okay.
Oh, I have somebody who wants to say hi. You want to say hi to somebody?
Oh, yeah.
We have a guest.
Oh, guest of honor, celebrity guest appearance. Let's see. Oh, hey, buddy.
This is Louie.
Louie, can you help us out tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I've got one that's only got 3 legs. I'm sure he'll boop over here in a little bit, but he's not as much help. Hey, Louie.
Well, you can tell this guy's pretty tired. He's going to sleep at my feet and eat feathers as I drop them.
Good boy.
Okay. He's good. All right, how we doing? We got
okay. The barb is pinched. The bead is on. There's 2 different sizes to the
perfect. Holes. Okay. We're going to start with wire.
Okay.
Okay. So
out of the I don't have a bobbin.
I usually don't have it on. I'm trying to be organized.
Professional. Okay.
It doesn't, work out too much. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to wrap the wire around the body of the hook about 16 turns. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lodge it into the bead head to lock it in place. So you're just going to spiral it on the body. I'll just show you. You're just going to like hold one end, and you always wrap away from you. Okay. You're going to spiral it just like that on the body. And it's okay if there's little gaps because we can just push them together. So. All right. And see how it's pretty, you can manipulate it pretty easy.
16. Okay.
There you go.
I stick my tongue out a lot when I do things that are important. So feel honored by that.
There you go. I'm trying to be good. You're making it very difficult.
Okay.
You're good.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Please.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh. It's early.
I'm sorry.
Oh gosh.
It's late here. Okay.
I just got news. My father's on here too, so be good to me. Hi, Dad.
Okay. So to get it's pretty easy you can helicopter it off. I mean, you can use your scissors, but it will dull your scissors. So, I mean, the wire breaks off pretty easy if you just kind of like twist it, like quick little turns and helicopter it off. But just try to get down as close to the hook as you can. You'll see it breaks right off pretty darn easy. Yeah, there you go. And do it to the other side too. So, and then
to the side that's still connected to this.
Yeah, take that wire off. So it's going to look like that. And you might have these little tiny picky ends that stick up. Just kind of push those down as much as you can because we don't want a bumpy body.
Some of us.
It happens.
Yeah. Okay. So then what?
All right. You get that in. So now you're just going to push it all into the bead head, nice and snug there. So this is the purpose of the lead-free wire is to weight the golden retriever because you want it to get down. You don't have to weight it, but I like to get it, especially this time of year, down at the bottom. So this will help get it down there a little bit quicker. So that's what the weight is for. So you're not even going to see that part. We're going to cover that up, but that'll be helpful. All right. Thread time.
Okay.
All right. Okay. There we go. And where are we? All right. We're going to attach the thread behind the wire. Okay. And maybe even like a little bit. Have you ever tied on thread before? You tied before at all?
Never. This is day one. Minute
okay.
one.
Well, you're doing great. Okay, this is great. That's exciting. Okay. So tying on, don't overthink it. You always wrap away from you.
Okay.
And really, we're just trying to trap this on so I'll just show you first. Just tying it away from you. And the little tag end, we're going to kind of angle it that way so it goes over the tag end a little bit.
Okay.
Because if we do that, then there won't unravel and and then it'll be secure. Right. So it's just a few wraps and you just kind of go over the tag end a little bit.
Okay. And it's on right next to the wire?
Right next to the wire. You can even go over like the very end of the wire. And don't go too wrap and just only the amount of wraps that you need, just so we can keep the body size down. There. Does it seem secure?
Yeah. Yes.
Keep your elbows up. Who's that? Some of my I need to move the little piece here because sorry, I just covered the camera. Because I can't. Like I'm missing some of these. There we go.
But just a little bit, right? We're not going the whole length.
Nope, just a little bit because we're just getting it on there. And if it's secure, then you can just cut that tag in nice and close. Hold it up. Don't cut things down here because you'll end up cutting your thread and you'll have to start all over again. So when you trim things, try to do it holding it up.
Okay, I have 2 scissors. What trim do I use?
Anyone's. Mine are the little short. Your black ones look fine, but really whatever's most comfortable for you.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
You are doing awesome. All right. So the wire and the shank of a hook, the body of the hook, there's a little bit of a transition, right? So it goes from like a little bit, so we want to make a slight, build a dam, if you will, and just to taper it, we want to taper it to make a nice transition from the wire to the shank hook. Not too much, but just to kind of taper it down. I wish I could get a little bit closer, just so it's not a drop off. So a slight little taper, and then you're gonna wrap all the way to the
up. Don't forget to put your elbows up.
Yeah, point, and then you'll end at the point of the hook. But just try to make a nice little taper. Yeah, and if you find yourself doing this thing where you're like,
that's
where you're rowing, reel in some of that thread. Okay.
Thanks for the pro tip. I'm here for
so reel in some of that. You don't need, that's if you find yourself like stretching.
I'm gonna get tennis elbow, just tying flies. Fly tie elbow. Okay.
Yeah. Good, nice little taper, and we're gonna where the point of the hook is, that's where we tie in all the material. So we just want to end right there. So what the thread is for is we're just going to be tying in a bunch of stuff. It's not going to look like anything yet. And then after we secure all the material, then we manipulate the material to make it look like whatever it's supposed to look like. Let's see.
A golden retriever.
A golden retriever. So I don't know. What does it? Well, the color might suggest like a crayfish or a sculpin or a large nymph, a bait fish or a worm or a leech. So really, I really don't know what it's supposed to emulate, but it just works really good. So just one of those flies.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a little bit about it. Okay. So, I've tracked down who created the fly. His name is Jim Finn, in Shenandoah Valley, Mossy Creek guys. He created the fly. But here in Maine, it's a super popular fly. I fish a lot in a place called Grand Lake Stream, and it's so popular there because we fish for landlocked salmon. We slam them on that. But I've met so many guys, feathers, like older gentlemen, you know, like the ones who've been around for a while, that knew a friend of a friend who invented the golden retriever. I've met so many people who said there's a lot of people that invented the golden retriever, let's put it that way. And they're really funny and great stories. But I think it all comes down to a gentleman in Virginia named Jim Finn. But it's funny to hear all the stories about who they argue about who invented it. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's good news.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. So we got that. And now we are going to grab some marabou. All right.
Okay.
So y'all like the different pieces, right? So
yeah.
I'll let you take it out of the package and stuff.
Probably could have convinced me this was caribou before I saw that they were feathers. And it is marabou.
Stuff. Yeah.
So I pull off like the end one?
Yep. So just like go right to the base, like where all like the food is, right?
Sure.
And sometimes if you look close, it's actually secured by a little piece of white thread that they put on there. And I'll snip it to make it easier to pull off some of those feathers. Can you really see it in there? Do you see? It's like a white webbing. You can snip for me. I don't know if everybody else is, but I snip that because it's easier to pull those feathers off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just like that?
Just like that. So you kind of have to like fish around for what you like. So I will take a couple here and I'll put them together. I'm picky. You want it to be, all right, because we're just going to use the fluffy ends really. So I'll put a couple together and then because we're only going to be using like this much of it. See?
Okay.
This stuff
so
we're
we
going
want
to end
it
up
to look full?
Yeah, full. This much we're probably we're gonna cut that stuff off. So really, when you get the little couple that you like that looks nice and fluffy, you kind of want to just kind of groom it. Yeah,
that looks like a lot.
That's a lot. I have two. I have two, and that seems to be okay as long as there are like two of those.
Yeah.
And you know, 3 sometimes. If you want a little fuller, you can add another. But actually, I think and you don't want to make sure that like the stem isn't going all the way to the end, okay? Because sometimes there's one that you don't want like that woody part going all the way to the end. All right, so you just get a few together.
Okay.
And then you just kind of play around with it in your hands. Oh, my husband's on. Hello, husband. All right. Till you know, and you'll like pull on a little bit, get some of those loose feathers out. You have all that crap over here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be tying it in where we want it to be the length of the shank and 1/4. So 1 1/4 of the hook size. Okay, so you can like hold it up, kind of gauge it, like hold it up to the hook. And then you'd want it like coming off the back 1/4, and then we're gonna like transition it down here. But just to gauge it, we want the feather where we're gonna tie in. We want 1
like this,
1/4.
maybe,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there, and then so you'll get that. You've measured it, and then you will switch hands. Hold it nice, and you're gonna hold it right above your tie-in point, which is above the point. And I know a lot of that crap's going to be in the way. I'm going to get that chunk out of there. There. And you're going to take a thread. Make sure it's not too long. And you're going to gently go on top. You can do like a pincher up too, but like you're just going to hold it on top. Make sure your fingers are over the hook and you're really holding it there. And you bring it over and pull down. And so you're just securing it. Nice, you know.
Nice big chunk.
Yeah. And just tying in right there where it's secure. See?
Okay.
It doesn't take too many wraps. As long as they're nice tight wraps, it won't take too many. And you don't want to like wrap a ton of thread because we don't want to build it up. So as long as you feel like it's secure,
yeah,
you can wrap you know, up towards the wire a couple here, you know. There we go. If you wrap up a little bit towards the wire, it'll make that transition with like the taper that you made a little bit better. So anyways, all right, then you got to cut all of this crap off here. But you want to get nice and close. Hold it up and get nice and close
to my wire or to my
yeah, get all that stuff off, all that extra stuff.
Thread.
Yeah. Like,
oh, this is. There's a reason why I didn't go to beauty school. I'm not a hairdresser.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah.
And you know, just clip off as much as you can. So it's, you know, we're gonna wrap over that, but
clip off more, maybe, like
as much as you can without cutting, you know, your thread that you did or anything like that. As much as you safely can. Yeah. And your vise probably rotates if you need to like turn your, does it rotate? It
like
does.
This?
Yeah,
oh,
so neat, huh? So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this fly can be fished like a streamer because it is a streamer, but it also can be fished like a nymph, like dead drift it. So I'll do that a lot. So I'll cast it out and just let it dead drift down.
Do you put an indicator on it, or you just go?
I've seen people put an indicator on. I don't usually, but I have seen some guys put indicators on it. But no, I'll just drift it, or I'll even do a drop setup where I'll put this on and then I'll like do like a little copper john or something off of that.
Okay.
I mean, most of the time, the fish will take it on an active retrieve, so stripping it in, or they'll get it, or if you're dead drifting it, they'll get it on that swing. But so really, you can't go wrong. They'll take it both ways, but you can fish it either way, so it's pretty versatile fly. So, all right, you gave that a little haircut. That looks great. Yeah. Okay. And you can take a couple wraps to like any stuff that you have, and then make sure and then just be right there back at that hook, the point. So yeah, I have some yuckies too.
So we want to clean up the body a little bit?
Yeah, clean up the body. You know. We want the body to be as like all the same, you know,
consistency.
Size. Yeah, so it's not like hilly, bulky, but
oh well.
I have not perfected that yet. I haven't.
No guarantees on this end.
Yeah. So we want to form a smooth underbody. Got it? Good?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Peach Estes. All right. I think I have some cut already here somewhere.
Peach.
All right. So you can cut off like about that length.
I love these natural measurements. I'm into
I know.
About 1 hand's length.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So it's hard to really see, and it doesn't seem like it, but Estes actually does have a direction that it goes in, you know, like one way or the other.
Okay.
So try to find that direction.
How would I know?
So see how the fibers are going that way?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fibers are going down.
Yeah. Okay. So you found that they're going down. Okay, great. So, so at the top, pick off some of those fibers because we're just an exposed thread because that's what we're going to tie it in. So we just want to pick off a few of the fibers.
Okay.
Awesome.
This is, okay. Got it.
Got it. I have not, to everybody's like typing and saying, I have not really looked down and read much, and I feel horrible.
My father will be quoting the entire movie of A River Runs Through It this entire time, so that's what he's doing.
It's my first Instagram live, so I'll get better at like multitasking.
You're doing great.
Thanks. All right. Here we go. so you expose some of the fibers, right? And we're going to tie
Yes.
in the same place we tied in the marabou. You can.
Oh, behind the wire?
Yep. So right there, right above the point, we're going to tie, everything gets tied in right above the point.
And is this, what's this stuff called again?
Estaz.
Estaz, is it going towards the front?
Oh, sorry. We're going to hang everything off the back.
Off the back. Okay.
And then we're going to manipulate it and bring it all towards the front.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Like, seriously, if this, I don't know if this is you serious? This is your first fly?
I promise.
Like, I'm serious. Like, most people who their first fly, they don't even know how to hold a bobbin. Like,
oh.
You know, you're doing great. Like, I can't tell.
Thank you so much.
You really are.
For the kind words. Those are so
natural,
nice.
Especially over video. It's amazing. Okay. So, yeah. So you tied it right in, just a couple wraps, a couple nice tight wraps.
Okay.
And then you can kind of go up a little bit. And if it's not too long, you can just continue going up, but mine's just a little too much. I'm going to trim that off. But okay. So the marabou, the Estaz are hanging off the back. Now, it's very imperative. The red part is super important. So we want a nice, smooth red body that's going to peek through the Estaz, because we're going to spiral the Estaz up, and we want that red to peek through. So we need to cover the body. What we're gonna do now is wrap up to the bead head, and we're gonna cover the body in red, trying to make it as even as possible.
Okay.
You know, build up where you need to build up. It's not too much, but and it's not gonna be, obviously not. It doesn't need to be perfect, you know, but just try to cover all that wire.
Okay. Kind of going between my wire. Can I go backwards, or can I only go forward?
Yeah, you can go. Yeah, you can, definitely. Everything okay?
Okay, this is
yeah.
I am looking forward to doing an Instagram versus reality of these two flies at the end of this. So
you're doing great.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 7 o'clock.
Oh. It is.
It's my timekeeper over there.
Well, I should never drink coffee this late at night. I kick myself every time I do, but I am.
Okay, so we need it to be even?
Yeah. So
what about like the wire part is not as full as the other part? Do I keep wrapping?
Yeah, it's just, from where we tied everything in all the way up to the bead head, we want just a nice, smooth red underbody. So however you need to make that happen, if you need to go back over it, without like making like hills and like too bumpy, you know. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm a woman of excess and extra, so I'll make sure to stop ahead of time. But I'll just show you.
It looks great. It looks great. You're doing good.
Is that okay? Can you see it? Oh, not even. There we
go.
There
you go.
Is that okay?
Yep, that's great.
Okay.
Okay. So our fibers are going that direction. So we're going to do about, I don't know, we're going to wrap the Estaz about forward.
Okay.
About 5 or 6 turns, and we're going to end up by the bead head.
So I got to take my bobbin back to the bead head, as I see on yours.
So keep it right behind. Yeah. We're going to meet it up there, and that's where we're going to finish everything off.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So always wrap away from you.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll wrap and I'll take it with the other hand. So we're going to palmer it, which is, so as you're wrapping, pull those fibers towards the marabou as you're wrapping, just to kind of keep them going. See how as I'm wrapping, I'm kind of just, so I'm doing evenly spaced about 5 or 6 turns and kind of just pulling those fibers back a little bit as I'm going forward. And I think do that. And then once you get up to
Because
So
we
don't
want to see the red body. Someone told me
we
that.
do. So you want, yep, so you want little gaps, even space gaps where that you'll see the red poking through.
Okay. I think Karen Flint's on here. Karen, do you know if this fishes well in Montana? I don't know. Comment
I was
below.
reading about it. I heard in May for you guys, this might be good for browns.
Good.
So yeah, so good to try it then. So yeah, and then the extra weight will let you get it down deep, and it'll and also provide some good vertical movement too. So
Great.
okay, so you're there. So you're right behind, not right up to the bead. Make sure there's a little tiny bit of space behind the bead head. All right.
Okay.
All right, and then you're going to hold it up with your right hand, okay? And you're going to take your bobbin with your thread, and behind it, not on the bead side, the other side, you're going to take your bobbin and you're going to go 3 times. You're going to drop it. You're going to drop it once and just let it go, right up by that estaz. Twice. Yeah, make sure it's staying right behind that estaz, and 3 times. Good.
Okay.
You're going to switch hands. And you're just going to go a couple times in front of that. Good. And that should be secure, so you can trim that off.
Okay. It's like glitter.
It's beautiful.
Glitter in the air.
All right. So try to hold some of that. We're going to just do a little bit of a red collar. There's already one there, but we can just do a few reps.
Okay.
So hold some of that estaz back without picking your finger, and just do, just 2 or 3.
Are we doing
3
this
reps.
at the bead head?
Yep, just right behind the bead head. It's just a little red collar, so not too much, and don't travel back any.
Okay.
Just doing a couple extra reps. And now we're going to tie it off because you are done.
Wow.
Tying it off. There's something called a whip finish.
Right.
Yeah. There's a whip finish, which it took me forever to remember how to do a whip finish. My brain just would not hold on to how to do it. I finally got it. I don't know if I'll be able to show you over camera, but there is just okay. You must have a tool.
I have
straw
this
or anything.
thing.
So that's a whip finisher.
Great. Is this what you want me to have?
Yeah, ideally.
I'm
not there to show you, or we can just do like this super simple way. Do you have anything with like a little hole at the end?
Give me some options of what that could look like.
I don't know. It's usually actually on the bottom of your whip finisher, you might have a little hole, or on the bottom of your
How
needle
about in
threader.
there? How about that?
No, more like a straw, like a pen, like the end of a pen.
I'm just digging through Alex's items.
No.
I don't know what that is.
Anything.
Oh, how about this?
No. Just like the end. Like the end of a pen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where like you click the pen up. You didn't have a needle threader.
I didn't have a needle threader.
Any tool. Anything that has a little hole. Do you have a pen with you or anything?
A pen?
Or anything. Or even the bottom of a bobbin. Do you have an extra bobbin? Like anything.
Like this?
Anything with a hole in it? No.
No.
Any little metal, anything with a hole.
Anything with a hole.
Anything. I'm not picky.
Well.
Or you can do it with your fingers. Yep.
Let's try that. Northwest Library.
So pretty much all you're doing is you're putting a loop on your fingers, or you're going to put a loop on the tool.
Okay.
And you're going to travel that loop up to right behind the bead, and you pull
the thread bobbin. So you make a loop on it.
That was just like a half hitch, but yeah.
Okay.
So,
let's try this again.
So you're traveling a loop up to
behind
the bead. You're just tying it like a knot, really much, and tugging right behind the bead head.
Okay. Got it.
All right. And I will show you a whip finish. So a whip finish here is, so yeah, so this tool, and I can show you how to do it. I don't know what the view will be like for you, but all right. So you take your thread. Can you see?
Yeah.
So the top part right here, I'm going to grab that, and then on the bottom part, so it looks like that. And then I turn it. See how it looks like a number 4? I don't know. Like a sideways number 4.
Yeah.
Does it look like that?
That looks like that for me, yes.
So the cross section where it's a 4, I put that right up next to the collar that we made.
Okay.
And then we're wrapped, and we just go around 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
And then you slide it off that part.
Okay.
And you pull with the other hand down.
Ah.
Tug,
Let's
tug, tug.
try this again.
You can definitely do
My
it.
turn.
I mean, it's not hard, but.
Okay, so I put it like that. And then I put it like this. And then I'm making a 4.
Do you see a 4?
Someone says it's hard for mine to learn. Thank you so much.
Where's yours? Yeah. Is that the only whip
This
finisher
is the
you have?
only one we got, but I did it with my fingers earlier, so
I think I have one just like that.
let's see. 1, 2, 3. Slide it off of that. I think I heard you say. Pull it down.
You're a natural. Seriously, do you know how long it took me
There we go.
to learn that?
I think I figured that one out.
You did great. All right. That is secure.
Okay.
So if like later on when you tie things, if you want to secure it a little bit more, you can put a little bit of head cement or anything like, like glue kind of stuff, clear stuff. Yeah. What does that say?
Head cement.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a funny word.
So cut your thread.
Okay.
And hope that we tied it good and it doesn't unravel. And then you can do a little bit of cement around that red collar.
Okay.
And that will help secure it.
This brush has seen better days, it looks like.
Yeah. And remember, your vise does rotate.
Oh,
so you can turn it.
Thanks for the reminder, because this head cement almost just went everywhere. Okay. Oh, I should have probably trimmed that, because the collar is not perfect around the head. Should we have trimmed it? Should I go back through and trim it?
Trim what? What are you going to trim?
Like underside of the bead head has some fluff.
You have fluff? How'd you get fluff way up there? Oh, the S.
Oh,
the
from
S-Taz.
the S-Taz.
Oh, the S-Taz speak through. Yeah. So like when I say kind of try to hold that S-Taz back as you're tying, it's hard because they're so short. They're so short, but either way, I mean, it looks great.
Go in there. And
totally fishable. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Remember, you can fish this on the swing. You can strip it in, a natural or a dead drift. Awesome vibes.
Nice job.
So have you been out fishing yet?
Yes. So we got the early season. We're starting to get a little bit of rise on the rivers, which is a bummer, but the social distancing has forced me to go out more, which is good.
Yeah.
I just moved to Missoula, Montana 3 years ago and so I came from Bozeman, Montana, and learning the new waters here, so it's good. And
I went to Montana for the first time last year. It's such a good time. Yeah.
Where did you fish?
The Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the Sweetwater Guide School out there.
Cool.
Yeah. Have you heard of Project Healing Waters fly fishing?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it though.
Yeah. So that it's a program where we use fly fishing as a form of therapy for disabled veterans. So, and I started out as a participant, and then got into a leadership role, which I find just as therapeutic as being just a participant, so it's been really, really life-changing for me and so many others. And
did they send you to guide school?
Yeah. So because I'm in a leadership role now, they had a program where they sent volunteers out to do some guide school stuff, so we can bring that information back home and pass it on to our other program leaders and things like that. So so
cool. Well, I appreciate your work with the veterans and for being one yourself. I think that fly fishing offers so much that words can't So it's great.
It's true. It's like people don't realize it. I mean, everybody out there who fly fishes. Friend of mine, the Fordyce knot. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I feel like it's almost like, new people that come into the program, like I'm tricking them into meditating. They don't realize it. They're like, meditation, what do you mean? But it's almost like a form of meditation. You have to really slow down, and just kind of like pay attention to what's going on around you and be really mindful, and you just kind of don't think about all that other crap that's going on in your life, so, and you understand that because you fish, so you get it.
I do fish. I also am a mental health therapist when I'm not fishing. And so I find that fishing is definitely my form of therapy after providing therapy throughout my day. So it's definitely a common ground that we have. And I think that it's fun and awesome. Really, really challenging and really stupid sometimes.
Like, yeah,
Really
there are going to be days where we don't catch anything at all, but it's just still so amazing to get out there. And do you prefer, do you have preference? Do you like being like in a drift boat, or do you prefer wading?
I only wade because that's all I have. I don't have a raft, but I would like to learn. It's just interesting to think, how would I learn to row a raft or a boat, except for live? And then I'm like, don't want to die. So we got to figure that out.
I totally get that. I rode a drift boat for the first time actually in Montana. And it's made me want to really get it down even more now. So I hope to get a raft here soon, because I don't have one right now. But I do prefer wading. There's something about standing in the water, and, that energy and being grounded, So there's nothing like standing in a stream. There really isn't. I love, being able to get in places with the boat and the raft and things like that. But there's just nothing like standing in a stream. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I think that it's you get two different types of fishing. You definitely cover more water, and it can seem like you get a different angle on the fish. And then when you're outside or when you're walking the bank, you get to spend a little bit more time. And
so much fun. So much fun. Like rowing to me is like rubbing your stomach and patting.
And like when you go on trips, I've been on a few guided trips, and it's just like these people just stop the boat exactly where it is. They know the speed to go. They keep up with your fly. It's an art. So well, here's my final.
How's that puppy looking? Let's see.
Here it is. Here, let's see if I can.
There it is.
A little bushy tail, but I think it'll work.
Amazing. So you're gonna want to seriously tie a bunch of those up. For me, this fly, when nothing else is working, I stick one of these on, and it's across the board like this with most of the people that know this fly. It's nothing will be working. You'll throw a golden retriever on, and that'll do it.
Well, I can't wait to tag you in my first fish that I catch with it. Let's just hope the rivers stay low for 2 or 3 more days.
Yes. So. Right. Yeah. It's crazy here. We're probably going to, I'll probably head to Grand Lake Stream. So a little place that's like 4 hours from here near Canada, but, we have a big camper there, but we're going to go fish that. And hopefully, so it's a stream between 2 big lakes, and this landlocked salmon run.
Yeah.
So, so we're waiting for that sucker spawn, because they'll follow the suckers up. So hopefully they're in there and all nice and stacked up. So I'll
have to make my way up there, and I've never been to Maine before.
Come to Maine. Yep. You have a place to stay. Come to Grand Lake Stream. Here, Louie wants to get up and say hi.
Yeah, Max. Come here, Ruga. Say hi to everybody. Come here.
Yes. Bree, you're always welcome in Grand Lake Stream. Yep. Oh, he's sleepy. Do you want to be a friend?
He was hiding a little bit under the
bed.
Let's
see. Oh my God.
Max.
Hi, Max.
Can you say hi to Louie?
How old is Max?
Max is 5.5.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Louie got rehomed to us last year. He's 1.5 now.
Oh.
Yeah. And
he's such a good dog.
So he goes everywhere with me. He's actually in a program called Pause for Peace. Yeah. So he's training to be PTSD TBI dog. Oh, so and he's got the greatest temperamental